Hello everyone, good evening to all of you. Let's just wait some couple more minutes, then we can start ahead. Hope everyone gets some interact with the quiz yesterday we have shared, right? Everyone has done that thing. Hello everyone, hello, good evening. Okay. If everyone has completed the quiz, then we can start some of the part of the quizzes. Hope everyone can see my screen now. So yesterday we have discussed a lot of stuff. We have discussed the Python basics, right? What actually Python is, why do we require a Python, why do we use Python, right? Why do we choose Python for data science purpose, for artificial intelligence, for NLP, anything, right? We have discussed so far, these are the stuffs yesterday. We have discussed a lot of stuffs, like list comprehension and many more stuff, like loops and all that. We have covered these are the stuffs yesterday. Then okay, now let's get started, guys. Hope everyone gets joined. Yes. So now, so from your understanding now, this is the thing we have covered yesterday as well, right? Which of these is not a core data type? So we have discussed yesterday what exactly the data types are. We have covered yesterday, right? What are the data types? How many data types are? Yes, the class are the data types. Yes, some of people are giving me the correct one. The correct one is class. Class is not a data type. Class is not a data type, right? Yes, the class, not a dictionary, the class one. Yes. The first answer for the quiz first is the class one. Because this is not a data type, right? Tuples we have covered yesterday, dictionary we have covered yesterday, what exactly dictionary is, how to create a dictionary, what exactly lists are, right? How do we append a something or some element within a list, dictionary and all that stuff. Okay. These are the stuff we have covered yesterday. And list, dictionary, tuples are nothing but these are the containers, right? We have covered a lot of stuff yesterday. Yes. Now, another one is what data type is the object below L is equal to. This is the list symbol, right? This is a list syntax 1, 2, 3, and 1. What it is basically exactly? Anyone? Yes, this is about a list. Yes, this is a list, right? Because this is a symbol, this is a syntax of a list. We have covered yesterday, right? Yes. The second quiz answer is the A, the list one. The third one is which of the following functions convert a string to a float in Python? What do you think we have covered yesterday, right? How do we do that? If I want to convert something string to the float type, how do I do that? With the help of C, the float one. Yes, the correct one, the float. Correct. The next one, find the output of the following program. From your understanding, what would be the answer for this? What would be the answer for this? What is the index of geeks for geeks? What it will give us? Yes, it will give an error. Correct. Because we have covered, right? This is a list type and this list type does not contain geeks for geeks, so it will give an error. Yes, for sure, it will give an error. Correct. Another one, find the output of the following program. So these are the questions you have covered yesterday, right? We have talked about a little bit in those stuffs. And what is the output for the following program? For this one, can anyone tell me? Again, this will give me an error. Okay, some of the people are saying error, some of the people are saying this will generate a list, this will generate a dictionary. So it will generate a dictionary or not? Yes, for sure, it will give an error. For sure, it will give an error. Now, find the output of the following program. What will be the output for this one? It is a list comprehension, if I'm not wrong, right, guys? This is a list comprehension, if I'm not. Yes, it's a dictionary comprehension. It's not a it's not a list comprehension. It's a list comprehension because the syntax over here is, it's not a list, it is a dictionary, right? Correct. Now, so what is the output of the following program? The last one. So we have covered, right? Join is a method. It is a parameter which will basically use for to join two strings, right? Yes, the ABCD one. The output is to basically ABCD one, the correct one. Yes, pretty much simple. No, it will not give us a value error. It will be concatenate, you can say, or it will join two strings. So these are the strings we have, right? And join is a method which will basically uh, join two strings together. Yes, ABCD, correct. So these are the quizzes you like. Most probably you will get everyone get to know what it is, right? What exactly these are the quizzes are, right? We have covered that thing else now. So now let's just discuss about the today's session, what we are going to discuss today. One, let me share that thing as well. Okay, hope everyone can see my screen now. So now let's just start a today's session, what we are going to discuss today. Okay, the libraries one. What are those libraries we have in Python? As I told yesterday, we have covered what exactly Python is. Why do we use Python, right? Why Python is so much popular, how like Python is easier to understand, right? A non-technical person can easily understand what exactly the Python, right? So we have covered this thing yesterday. Now let's just talk about the Python libraries. What actually the libraries are and why do we need this, right? Why do we need this? If we are a if we have understand already a Python at a good pace, like at a good scale, at that time I can write any program, right? I can solve any kind of a problem to writing a program, right? With this way, the benefit of libraries we will discuss, right? So first of all, let's just read about what are the libraries have in Python, right? A Python library is a reusable chunk. Reusable chunk basically means yesterday we made a function, right? Def something like this, def something, and the function name, and we pass some input, and it will generate a return function, something like this, right? So this is like a reusable chunk. Like the way yesterday we made a function, it wasn't reusable chunk as well. So like the same way, Python libraries are the reusable chunk. Reusable chunk. What exactly reusable chunks are? It will, we have to made a function once, or we have to made a import a library once. At that time we can use n number of times. Libraries are nothing but those are the small chunks of a modules, or you can say the functions. Again, Python libraries are nothing but those are the functions, or those are the functions written behind the Python, which are like you can understand in this way. Python libraries is just like a functions wherever some person or some coder already write that function and upload it to the community for us to solve that specific problem. We don't have to write a code from scratch to solve any kind of a problem. What type of problem I'm talking about? I'm talking about a, let's suppose I want to solve, or I want to make a function which can be joined two numbers, right? A number one, a number A or number B, right? I want to write a program which can join a two numbers or two functions, whatever, right? Or two numbers, you can understand in this way. So if I write a program, after that, if I have solved if I have solved my problem to writing that program, how do I do that? So I make a function. After making a function, I have solved it from my problem. My problem has been solved now. So what I'll do after that, that problem statement, that means that function, I'll upload it to the community. Community basically means wherever each and every person can use that program, or you can say the library. A person, if I have solved some problem from my end, and with the help of writing a function, I'll upload it to the community. That means in the form of Python libraries. At that time, it will be used for anyone, like the way we have pandas library, numpy libraries, right? scikit-learn libraries, skypy libraries, and many more libraries we have in Python. Okay, so these are the libraries, are nothing but those are the modules, you can say, those are the functions. In simpler way, Python libraries are the functions. Okay, wherever, like the way I am, like the another persons we have solved the problem and uploaded to the community for everyone to solve that specific problem. Okay, this is the meaning of Python library. Now, as I told, this is a reusable chunk of code that you may want to include your programs and projects, right? Compared to languages C, C++, a Python libraries do not pertain to any specific context in Python. Python libraries loosely describes a collection of a core modules. The meaning of these definitions are nothing but what I have explained you in the simpler way. Pretty much simple, right? What exactly the Python libraries are, or not exactly the Python libraries. I'm just talking about a normal libraries. Libraries are nothing but a simple functions, right? Let's suppose I have given an example, right? We are not talking about here the GenSim library. It's just like a library, like the way we have pandas, numpy, and all that. GenSim library are nothing but it's the same library. Okay. Now let's just discuss about how many libraries we have. How many libraries we have in Python, right? Like the way someone said, like GenSim. GenSim is nothing but it's just a library, right? Like the way we have pandas, numpy, scikit-learn, and many more libraries. Right? GenSim is just a library in simple manner, but it's just a pre-trained model as well. We are not talking about the NLP one, right? Now let's just talk about the libraries only. Like how many libraries Python has, right? Now let's just talk about these kind of libraries we have in Python. There's a huge library community in Python, right? We have a huge libraries. That means if I want to solve a specific problem, at that time I don't need to write a code from scratch. My task is to basically just import or just upload that library into the Python and use that library to solve my specific problem. I'll show you what it is exactly, right? Okay. Now let's just read this one. With more than these kind of a libraries we have, Python can be used to create an applications and modules in a variety of fields. That means with the help of libraries, we can easily made an application, made an web app, made an website, anything. Easily we can make a website with the help of libraries, right? We don't need to write a code from scratch. Okay, for instance, machine learning, data science, data visualization, image, data manipulation, and many more stuff, right? That means Python is the most popular, as I discussed yesterday as well, right? Python is the most popular language nowadays because of like the main part, like the you can say the main chunk of is their libraries only, right? We have a huge community of libraries in Python which can be used for data science purposes, NLP purpose, deep learning purpose, or anything, right? To making an application, to making a website, for anything. Getting my point? Okay, now let's just read more stuffs. Is Pandas is a Python library, as I told. There are n number of, like, these number of libraries we have in Python, and Pandas is one of them. Like Pandas, NumPy, scikit-learn, these are the libraries we have, and Pandas is so much popular. Why Pandas is so much popular? Pandas, NumPy. Maybe if someone of you haven't worked upon Pandas, NumPy, scikit-learn, it's not an issue, but maybe you have heard about, okay, the Pandas, the NumPy, right? Because these are so much popular. Why? Because of the manipulation basically means a data wrangling, data manipulation. To play with the data, Pandas is the library to use. Again, to play with the data, Pandas, NumPy, these are the libraries which are mostly used, I can say. Okay, now let's just read about Pandas. Is a Python library for data analysis. Data analysis basically means where we have to analyze our data, right? Okay. Started by the this like McKinney 2008, out of need to powerful and flexible quantitative analysis tool, Pandas has grown into one of the most popular Python library. Yes, most popular Python library has been is basically Pandas, NumPy. These are right. Yes, read the data directory and many more stuff. So yes, Pandas is a library which basically used widely to solve basically to for data analysis purpose, right? Okay. Now let's just talk about, and let just discuss one more thing, right? So why do we use Python actually? So data analysis kind of stuff. If I want to analyze my data, why do we require Python only? We have a good and easier tool other than Python is Excel, right? Why do we use Excel? Can anyone tell me? We have an Excel, right? This is pretty much simple to work upon it, right? Why do we use Python? For data analysis purpose, other than a data science. I'm not talking about a data science, I'm just talking about the data analysis purpose. Why do we require a Python? Yes, Python, like Excel don't have many libraries, you can say. Yes, yes. And one more stuff, and let me just tell you. Yes, this Excel is easy to use and thing. Yes. Okay, let me tell. Excel is easy to use for sure, and it is faster. It is faster as well, right? Other than a Python, we have to write a code. Other than in Excel, we just go there and write a one single formula, and it will be work. Again, the main disadvantage you can say, and why do we use Python for data analysis other than a Excel? Because of Excel has some limitations, right? We have something 10 lakh, something kind of a record Excel can be stored, right? Yes, correct. So basically, as I told, Excel has some limitations, like it can be stored around 10 lakh, 4,000, something kind of a record I can be stored within a one single Excel file, right? But Python has a more than that. Python can be work on a big data as well. If we have a data on a billions and millions of a data, it can be work upon it, right? And Python has a library itself, right? Pretty much simple. In Python, we can make a function, and that function can be used for multiple times, like one time, two time, one data frame, two data frame in these ones. Okay. Now we have understood what exactly it is, right? Why do we use Python for data analysis? We have understood this way. Okay. Now let's just talk about how do we use pandas, right? Import pandas as PD. So this is the library pandas, import pandas as PD, right? This is how we have to import a library pandas. Okay, now how import pandas as PD, right? This is the library pandas. If I'm just removing this, right? So this is how I have to import a library pandas. Import pandas. There's another library I have. Import NumPy as well, right? Import NumPy. If I just run this, it will be run. Import pandas and import NumPy. Pretty much simple, right? Yes, we can use a Tableau Power BI as well for data visualization as well. Yes, correct. Now import pandas as PD. Why always I need to write as PD, as NumPy, right? These are standard ways you can say, right? PD, or you can write anything. You can write my name Uttam as well. as PD or as Uttam. Basically, I don't need to write pandas again and again. I just need to write PD only. So it is just called a alias, right? Or some people call it aliases, or just some people call the alias, right? This alias, okay? So import pandas as PD and import numpy as NP, right? Wherever I'll use a pandas, at that time I need to use a PD, I need to use a numpy in this way, right? Okay, okay. So this is how we need to import, or import you can simply understood in this way. We need to import a Python, like not Python, pandas, numpy. These are the libraries in this manner. Import pandas, import numpy like this, right? Okay. Now, so this is so based like pandas and numpy basically used for these only, right? Basics ones, basically introduction, getting started, like pandas series we have, right? Pandas series. In pandas we have one module, you can say series as well, right? Data frame. What exactly the data frame are? Data frame in Python are nothing but a simpler table, you can say a simple table. What exactly table are? Like the way we have in Excel as well. In Excel we have a one single table, right? Whichever is like easily a non-technical person can easily understand, okay, this is how our data looks like in this way, right? The same thing we just called in Python as a data frame. Data frame, the name already suggests a frame of our data, right? A data frame only. Understood. Yes, wherever data is arranged in the form of rows and columns. Yes, correct. Now, pandas library can be used for reading a CSV file, reading a JSON file, right? Analyzing a data. What is the meaning of analyzing a data? We can see how many wrong numbers we have, how many outliers we have, right? How many missing values we have in our data. In this way, the meaning of analyzing a data. We can visualize our data to to easily understand how our data looks like in this way, right? Now, cleaning our data. Again, data cleaning is a most important task for data analysis, you can say. It is basically generally most of the time used for NLP as well, right? If we have a text data, it uses at that time as well. But majority of the time, people used to spend around 70-80% of our time for data cleaning, right? If we have a clean data, at that time at that time we can apply any model, or we can apply, like we can do anything with the data. If we have a clean data, at that time you can show your manager as well, okay, so this is my data looks like, if you extract a data from somewhere, from a website, from anywhere, right? That thing your non-technical person cannot be understand, right? In the format of, if you have a raw data, right? You have to convert your data to the human understandable format. A non-technical person can easily be understand. How do we do that? With the help of data cleaning part. Data cleaning, right? Data cleaning, clean the empty cells. These are the steps I'm just saying, right? Clean the wrong format, clean the wrong data, removing the duplicates, right? Advance is correlation. What are the advancement we can do in using pandas? Correlation, to see the how each and every column or feature are related to each other. Correlation and plotting the graph. Simpler way. These are the stuff we basically use for pandas. Okay, now let's just move ahead. What exactly the pandas are, we have discussed already. Now let's just discuss more stuff as well. So what is pandas actually? Pandas is a Python library used to working with data set. Okay, the data set. For data set purpose, it basically uses, okay. It has functions for analyzing, okay, cleaning, okay, exploring, and data manipulation. As I told, pandas is a library which has the function. Again, pandas is a library which contains a function. What are those functions? Like the way we have made yesterday as well, right? We have made a yesterday like multiple functions we have made yesterday. Okay, what are the functions we have? We have to make a function. So that means someone has already created a pandas basically means pandas is an library which contains a multiple functions. Again, I'm repeating, Pandas is a library which contains a multiple functions to solve our problem, right? For analyzing a data, for cleaning a data, right? For data manipulation, yes, exploring a data and many more stuffs, right? Okay, now we have understood in this manner. Okay, now the name pandas has a reference to both panel data and panda, like Python data analysis, and was created by Wes McKinney 2008. Okay, so that means panda is a library which will created in 2008. Okay, now why use pandas? We have discussed already, right? Why do we use pandas? Now, pandas allows us to analyze a big data. Big data basically means, as I told, wherever like Excel fails, right? Excel cannot contain more than 10 lakh something kind of records, right? So pandas allows us to analyze a big data wherever if we have data in the form of millions, in millions, right? Large volumes of files, yes, and make conclusions based on the statistical theories. Statistical theories basically means NumPy is a library or pandas is a library which contains a statistical parts as well. Statistical parts as well basically means how our data is flowing, how our data looks like, like in which format our data is goes on, right? In this way, how many, what is the mean value of my data? What is the variance? You can say variance or variance. What is the variance of my data set? How my data is flowing? On which scale my data is skewed or not skewed, right? It is follows some pattern or not. How do we get to know how like my data follows some pattern or not? With the help of statistical techniques we have, right? So there are some parameters or there are some functions pandas has to see how on which format my data is goes on. Okay, now pandas can clean messy data set. Okay, it can be clean a messy data set. Okay, because it has a multiple functions now, and make them readable and relevant. Make them readable and relevant. Relevant data is very important in data science. Relevant data basically means that data which are actually required for our data analysis person, for data analysis purpose. If we have a unredundant data at that time, why do we need, right? If I have a unredundant data and if I'm going to analyze that data, it will break the flow of my data, right? It will not give me anything, right? We cannot conclude something if we have a unclean data in myself, right? In this way, yes, we can calculate mean, median, variance, standard deviation. Yes, we can calculate it this way. Now, as I told, how do I import a pandas? Import pandas in this way, right? Now we have talked about what are the libraries we have in Python: NumPy, pandas, SciPy, scikit-learn, many more libraries we have, right? Now we have understood what actually the libraries are and why do we use those, right? Why don't you choose another option? Why we choose for libraries only to solve our problems? Okay, now how do I do like how do import a library? Pandas, import pandas, simple, right? Import pandas. So see, here I'm going to make a function, not a function. So df is my data frame, you can say data frame or my variable, right? Df is equal to, this is my dictionary. Within a dictionary we know that what actually dictionaries are nothing but which it is an data structure which contains a data in the form of key value pair, right? So Floxus is my key and this is my value, right? BTech is my key and this is my value. MTech is my key and this is my value. So this is my data looks like. If I just write this, in the way, you can just go there. Let me just go there and just a sec. Now what I was saying. Yes. So let's suppose this is a thing I have done already. Now if I just write something like df only, so this is my data set, right? This is my data set. So Floxus is my key, this is my value, this is my key, this is my value, this is my key, this is my value, right? So this is my data set looks like. But a person, a non-technical person cannot understand, okay, how it is looks like, right? It cannot understand, okay, this is what it is, what it is in this manner. Like non-technical person does not know or doesn't know, right, what actually btech is in this, how form, like what kind of format it is, right? So how do I do them, like how do I show them, right? How do I do that? Pandas dot data frame. So data frame is a function. Again, data frame is a function of pandas, which will make a data frame a easily understandable format. So see, this is my data set looks like. What is the function? Let me just write it here again. Pandas dot data frame df. So this is my data frame now. So this is my data frame. Floxus is the key, now has become a variable or the column name, not variable, or column name, right? And btag is my another key, it contains another name, it contains another column name. mtag is my name, again it is my column name, and these are my values, right? So this is how data frame is a function of pandas, which will basically create a table, a easily understandable format, like the way we have in excel as well, right? The same, like the way we have the same tables we have in excel as well, right? A person which don't know about excel, what actually excel is, that person can easily understand, okay, Floxus is a column which contains ml, nlp, deep learning, btech 3 7 to any kind of a data we have, right? In simpler way. Okay, now we have talked about a one function data frame, right? A pandas data frame. Now what are those series we have? As I told, let's suppose we did this thing in this manner. Import pandas as pd, right? Now I don't need to require always use up pandas, right? I gave them a alias, right? What is my alias name is pd, right? Now I'll use, wherever I have written a panda, just write a pd only, right? Just write a pd, the same thing it will do, right? That means all the functionality of alias basically means, if I just say the alias, you can say the shorter name, right? A shorter name of pandas is basically pd. Now wherever I need to call a pandas, I'll just use a pd only, not a pandas. I'll just use a pd only. Getting my point? Pretty much simple till now, right? How do we do that? Like a nickname, yes, like a nickname, you can say, correct. It is a link name, yes, it is a nickname, right? Now what exactly the series are? Now let's just talk about what is a series. A pandas series is just like a column in a table. Again, pandas series is like a column in a table. It's just like a column in a table. How? Let's just see that thing as well. So this is my list, right? This is my list. Okay, let me just add a one single sheet here, and okay, let's just copy the whole one. So this is my A, right? And I'm just going to check what is the type. Okay, this is a list. Okay, now we have short. Okay, this is my list, right? Before checking type of this list, I'm pretty much sure this is a list. Why? Because this is a syntax of my list, right? Now I'm going to make a series. I'm going to make a series. How do I do that? pd.series, and I'm going to store it into another variable b. I'm going to store a variable a. A variable a contains a list, right? This is my list. And now I'm going to I'm going to change my list into a series, right? Okay, now check the data type of b. The type of b is being basically series. Series is nothing but it's the same one like the way we have a list only, right? The little bit difference between them, but series are nothing but it's just like a list only. You can understand in this way only. Okay, now The same thing you can see. So this is my data set looks like the pd dot series of a, right? Series are basically used to make a data frame. If we have a series, at that time I can store my data, I can store my series data in the form in directly to the data frame. Pretty much simple, right? Now we have understood in this manner. Now again, let's just talk about another thing. We know that how to import pandas as pd. Okay, so this is my one list. Again, this is my one list. pd dot series, like the way we did previously. Now I'm passing here index. What exactly indexes are? Can anyone tell me if you know about that? What exactly the indexes are? Here we have the indexes as well. So previously we did we make a series, right? We have convert a series. Basically we make a series from list to then list to series, right? Here we have a dictionary. Just a second. Now where we are in this. Okay. Okay. Now, so basically what exactly as I told, series is nothing but we have created series as well, right? The same way, the same we have created previously. Now we haven't passed any index in this one. We haven't passed index in this one. What is the meaning of index? Index is nothing but you can simply understand like the way we have a column. Let me just show you. So see, this is my column. So this is my column at the top, right? And these are my indexes 0, 1, 2. These are my indexes 0, 1, and 2 on the right, on the left hand side. It is basically nothing but these are my indexes. The benefit of indexes are I can fetch any record if I have an index into my data. In this data frame, if I have an index, at that time I can fetch any row. I can fetch any row or I can do anything for that specific index number. Getting my point? The benefit of this. Position of an item, you can say the position of an item in this way as well. Yes, correct. Now I was just talking about the indexes, the name of an index, right? The name of a position of this one, right? So here I'm passing pd dot series of a is equal to index is equal to xyza, right? xyza. So basically machine learning is a series. It is an basically element of an series which contains an index x. Deep learning is an element which contains a series which contains an index y, right? If I want to extract, so see, everything I have contained within a variable, my var, right? My variable, right? After this, if I want to extract some data with the help of with the index only, so how do I do that? My var within a list bracket within a double quote just pass y. What exactly my y are? You know that. We know that, right? Okay, it is giving me an error. What type of error it is? Why we haven't passed? Because we haven't run this. It is running. Now it will give us an y. It is giving me an deep learning. Why it is giving me a deep learning? Because deep learning has an index y in this way. Hope everyone gets clear till now what exactly indexes are. Why do we require indexes? The same thing we can do in this one, right? Okay, now let's just move ahead. Okay, now let's just talk about little bit about numpy as well. What exactly numpy are? Like the way as I told, pandas, numpy are the famous libraries for data pre-processing, you can say, for data science onwards side as well, right? Now, so numpy is an Python library which is basically used for working with an arrays. Array, what exactly arrays are? Arrays are nothing but there's a arrays are nothing but it's just like a list only. right? But there are some difference between list and arrays. We'll let you know that thing as well. But in a simpler way, arrays are nothing but it's just like a list. Pretty much simple, right? Now, it also has a functions for working in domain of linear algebra, Fourier transformation, and matrices. Like some of you, if you have in your graduation, or if someone you have done your graduation kind of stuff, maybe you have heard about a linear algebra, Fourier transformation, and matrices for sure you have heard about in your 10 12 standard as well, right? If I want to do some calculation on my numerical data, if I want to do some sort of calculation onto my numerical data, at that time numpy will be used for this. Numpy will be used for this, right? So how do I import a numpy? Import numpy like this, import numpy dot array like this, numpy dot array. So this is my these are the elements I'm going to pass within an array. So see, numpy dot array, it is giving me 10 12 40 43 84 40 in this way. So you must be thinking about, if I did in this way the same thing, let's suppose, or check the type of ARR. So ARR is nothing but it's my variable name, right? If I did in this way, okay, it is showing me, okay, this is an n dimensional array. ND basically means n dimensional array. Okay, and if I did this thing, if I just remove this or just copy this one within another element, if I just did this variable C, if I just check a type of C, it is giving me a list. Yes, so there's a bit difference between list and array. As I told, if I want to make an array, how do I do that? Import numpy as dot array and pass the list elements, whatever that we need to make, right? Import numpy as np as well. We can do that in this manner for this, right? The same thing we are doing here. Okay guys, some people are saying my screen is not visible. Is my screen up? Is my screen visible for everyone? Can you guys confirm once? Is my screen up? Okay. Okay, for sure. Like there are some network issues from some people's has facing, right? So my screen is up. Okay, now let's just talk about, yes, numpy. So we have understood there's a bit difference between numpy and like a array and then list. Okay, now how do I do that? We have understood. If I'm going to simple pass this list, the type of this one is to basically list. If I just did this np dot array, if I want to convert it in this, just do this. The type of my C is an n dimensional array, right? N dimensional array. Now we have understood. Okay. Now, so we have understood numpy, what exactly pandas are, what are the parameters, what are the functions we have in pandas. Okay. Now we have understood. So as I told, sklearn is a library. Like the same process we have a data, not data, like the way we have numpy pandas, like the same process we have a sklearn library, right? From sklearn.linear regression, import a 2D regressor. So this is, don't need to go about this, right? What I have written in this. So sklearn is a library which is basically used for machine learning concepts. If I just want to import some machine learning libraries basically like linear regression, logistic regression, decision tree, these are the libraries we have for machine learning purpose, right? Okay, these are the stuff we will discuss tomorrow, but today's one you need to understand in this way. sklearn is a library which basically contains a lot of functions for machine learning, right? If I just want to run a specific function, what kind of function, or not function, a model you can say, or an algorithm like linear regression or logistic regression, sklearn is a library which contains that thing, right? Pretty much simple thing now. Okay, now we have understood linear regression, logistic regression, and sklearn, right? Sklearn basically we will discuss whenever we are going to start to code on a machine, on our machine learning concept, whenever we are going to start a project. Okay, at that time sklearn library will give you those functions which are required for machine learning process, machine learning requires. Okay, now Now let's just talk about some file handling. File handling. What exactly the file handling are? As I told previously, like the previously we did dummy data. Again, these are the dummy data we have. We are just going to generate a data from our end, right? Pretty much simple, right? We are generating a data. I'm just writing something Floxus in a data frame format, right? The same process. But this kind of a data we have. This is a real world data. You can say real world data basically means this is the data set I have already in my system. So see, how do I file handling basically means where we handle a files, where we handle a files. Handle a files basically means PD. We know that PD basically means a pandas dot read underscore CSV. Read underscore CSV is nothing but is used for reading a CSV file. If I am going to read the CSV file at that time, I need to use a read underscore CSV function. Pandas is a library which contains a multiple functions. What are those functions? Like the way the one of them we have read underscore CSV. If I'm going to read, let me just add it here once. If I'm going to read a Excel file, I'll just write a read underscore execl in this way. As I told yesterday, you need to be more take care about the syntaxes, right? So these are syntax pd dot read underscore Excel and then give the exact path within a double quotes. Getting my point, everyone? Now, so see, so this is my exact path of my file, right? So this is the file I have basically put in my downloads. This is the exact path and resume underscore dataset dot csv. Always remember, you need to put the extension of the file, whatever that file we have, like the way Excel, CSV, or JSON file. We have a multiple files format, right? We have a text data as well, right? TXT data as well. In this way, okay. Now we have understood how to handle a file, how to how to handle a file, right? So this is my data set looks like. So df.head is the function which will show you the 5 records by default. So let's suppose if I just remove this head, it will show, it is giving me, okay, these are the n number of records we have. I have totally 169 records basically mean 169 rows I have, right? Automatically it is showing me, okay, 169 rows you have and 2 columns you have in your data set. So this is my data set. This data set contains 169 rows and 2 columns. Automatically it is showing me, right? Now, so it is showing me every, like the proper format it is showing, like the way we have in Excel as well, right? Pretty much simple. Now there are 2 columns it is showing, but with the help of head, and you can see in this way, right, as well, right? There are some records which are not visible, right? It is showing me top 5 records and it is showing me at the end top last records, right? But what about the between records? Right, by default it will not show you the whole data frame. Let's suppose you have a huge data set, it will not show you the whole data set at the one single time. You have to pass an condition. Okay, I just want to see the head records, I just want to see the top 10 records. It is showing me the 10 records, right? It is showing me the 10 records. If I just want to see the top 20 records, it is showing me the top 20 records in this manner, right? Or if I just want to see the top last records, I'll just pass a tail. It is showing me the last 20 records. So see, a last 20 records. Pretty much simple till now. Okay. Now everyone gets clear till now. Now let's just move ahead. Now, so as I told, read underscore Excel if I have. Okay. Now df.tail we already discussed what exactly df.tail we have. Okay. Now, so df.info. Info is an method. Info is a method which will basically use for give you the information of your data. Which will give you the information of your data. What type of information basically? So see, .info. .info is a method which is giving you which is basically showing you, okay, category is in one column. My data set contains a column category which contains a 169 not null records. In my data set, I don't have any null records. Null records basically means a empty space, you can say in simple way, right? Empty space, right? So 169 not null records, right? And it is an object. In Python, everything is an object. In Python, everything is an object. And I have another column resume in my data set which contains a not null records, 169 not null records, and it also an object, right? Let's suppose in this one I have a column, I have a data set, I have a one column, assume, right? I have another column, numbers column, and it contains a numeric number 1 2 3 4 in this way, right? What it will give me? It will give me, okay, number 169 not null records, and it will give me integer because the data type of that specific column is an integer. So the data type for this specific column is nothing but object. Object basically means a string. Object is nothing but a string. Yes, no empty record. Yes, getting my point? Okay. So these are the parameters we have in Python. Okay, now let's just talk about more than this. And now let's just write some of the code. Okay, now let's suppose I want to access a specific column. So df is my data frame which contains these are the records, right? And let's suppose I'm just doing a simple data cleaning part, you can say, right? Just do that thing. Then how do I access a specific column within a data frame? With the just need to write a simple list symbol and just write a column name resume. It is showing me all the records. It is showing me all the records, right? It is showing me the name of a column is resume, length is 169, data type is an object. Object basically means I have a, it is basically an string values, not a list, not a integer, not a float, right? Now I want to access a first row, just put there and write 0 only. It is showing me, okay, first column or first column basically means this one. First column basically means this one. This one, I'm just accessing this row only. Row, this is called row, right? I just want to access this one, just put there 0. Okay, it is showing me everything. So this is the first row of my data set which contains a lot of text, right? As I told, it contains the backslash n backslash r, right? Back like dash 24, these again backslash n backslash r. What is the meaning of this, right? So this is called raw data. If we have a raw data, we have to clear the data. As I told, most of the time 70 to 80% data, 70 to 80% of the time people gets to solve or clean the data. It takes time to 70-80% of them. Now let's suppose just simple example. I just want to remove this one. This star symbol, I just want to remove. I just want to remove this star symbol. How do I do that? Within an overall data frame. First of all, this is my first record, okay? And I just want to remove this star symbol. How do I do that? Then dot replace is a method in Python which will basically help us to replace something. If I want to replace some parameter, so see, replace is a function within a normal bracket. I just need to write within a normal codes. Okay, what should I need to remove? I just want to remove this star symbol. Just copy this star symbol and paste it here. Okay, I just want to replace this to empty space. This is the meaning of empty, right? Empty space. If I just run this, it would be work for sure. It would be work. Yes, see, star symbol has been removed now. Star symbol has been removed now. How much easy it is, right? Pretty much simple. If I just want to remove this, it will be work. But the same process I want to apply to the whole data frame. I have a data frame within this data frame I have a column resume. Within this resume column, I have basically picked up a first row. Within this first row, I have removed a star symbol, but this is the star symbol I want to remove to my whole column, a whole resume column. How do I do that? let's just go and see and just remove 0. Or if I write 1 here, that means the first index number of my data frame. Okay, see, it is removed the star symbol. If there is any star symbol, it will remove that star symbol as well, right? Or if I just want to do it to the whole data frame, it will work or not? Can anyone tell me? It will be work or not if I just run this line? If I just run to the whole data frame, it will be work or not? Can anyone tell me? Okay, some people are saying work or maybe. Okay, let's just try. Let's just try. No, it is not working. Star symbol is there. It is not working. Star symbol is there. Why it is not working? Because replace is a method. Again, replace is a method. Or let me just show you. Let me just show you. Let's just remove this. Cut up this. Just check the type. The type of this resume column is a series. Is a series, right? And I just did this thing. I just not this. I just did this thing. It is working in this. It has been removed the star symbol. If I am putting a 0, that means, and what is the if I just check the type for this one only, the first record, okay, this is a string. So that means replace is a method of string only, not a series. We have a series, and I'm going to apply the series method. I'm going to apply replace method to the series. It will not be work, because as I told, each and every data frame, each and not data frame, each and every data type, each and every data structure in Python has its their own functionality, on functions. I cannot run or I cannot use any other function to the another data type. I cannot run that thing, right? Okay, no worries. Yes. Now, as I told, this is the thing which will be, it will work for the string only, right? It is working for string. If I just did this and again replace the star symbol, I just want to replace star to the normal sign. Yes, it is working because this is a string data type. It is a string data type. But if I just remove 0, the data type has been changed now. The data type for this resume column is series, and replace is a method for string, not a series. That is why it is not working. So see, star symbol is there. It is not removing. But so there is another way to remove a star symbol for each and every call, for each and every record. Is there any way? Yes. What is the way? Dot apply is a method. Dot apply is a method in Python which will basically pick a 1 1 value. It will pick a 1 1 value with the help of lambda in this way. If I just did this again, apply is a method which will apply all these functionalities one by one single record again. So what is the meaning of this? Lambda is a function of Python which will pick up 1 1 value of a data frame, like the way for loop works. Yesterday we have talked about yesterday basically we have talked about for loop. For loop basically works one by one. For loop works one by one. It will pick a one value and give some do some sort of calculation, and it will print, right? It will pick a 1 1 value, right? Like the way lambda will pick a 1 1 value with the help of apply method, right? And that means it will pick a this value. It will pick this value once and apply and replace the star symbol. Add to the next iteration, it will pick this one, again apply a replace method. It will pick this one to the next iteration and will apply a replace method, like this: lambda x colon x dot replace. This is how it will work. Just run this. So see, now star symbol has been removed. Pretty much simple till now. So lambda is a function which will works like an iterative process, like the way for loop works, right? So this is how I can do that. Or let's suppose you just need to save this clean data. This is my clean data now. Let's suppose this is my clean data. I just want to save it into my data frame. How do I do that? Just go there and just write, okay, clean data. Just put there clean data. And how do I do that? Make an is equal to sign. Now it is run now. Just go there, df.head. What it will give me? Okay, it is giving me okay, clean data I have. So see, previously I have a star symbol. Now I don't have any star symbol, but I have a more like I have a multiple. You can say we have a unclean data till now. Till now, I like since I now I have a clean unclean data as well. So see, I have these number of what is it? We don't know what is it exactly, right? We don't know what kind of symbol it is, right? What kind of backslash r backslash and we don't know what it is exactly, right? We just want to remove these kind of stuffs as well. Okay, now let's remove these things as well. So for this, for easier, how do we do that? As I told yesterday, we have talked about the functions as well. If I just want to do the same process for multiple times, how do I do that? Again, I am repeating, if I want to do some sort of iteration for multiple times, how do I do that? With the help of functions. I just need to make a function and apply it on my data frame or another data frame I can apply. If I made a one function one time, that function will be used for many times, right? Let's suppose I have a 10 data frame. I'm not going to write this is for 10 times. If I have a 10 data frame, I just need to write a one function. That function I'll apply onto my data frame, right? Now let's just try it out. Again, I'm writing a function. We know that how to write a function. Def clean, I'm just writing a one thing. Clean is my function which takes an input. I can write anything, right? Text or x y z, anything we can write. And I just want to remove some data, right? And we know that always function will return. So it will return always, right? It will return. And again, I haven't introduced your regex. Import regex or import re. Re is nothing but it is, and let me just write it here, regex, or you can say the regular expression. So re is nothing but this is a library of Python which will basically help us to do some sort of calculation to find some patterns into our text data. Again, regex re basically is a library. It is basically used for to do some sort of calculation to find some pattern into the text data, basically, mostly, right? So regex is a library which will basically use for text data to find something, to remove something, right? If we have a huge text data, at that time we can use a regex. So now we have a text data, right? That is why we are using a regex. Now I'm just writing re dot re. So re dot, there is a parameter, or you can, there is a function re dot sub is an parameter, sub is a function of regex which will basically replace the values, right? Regex sub is a function of regex which will replace the values, like the way we have replace, right? But replace is a parameter of a string, or is a function of string, not a regex. Regex has a different regex has a different you can say functions. Now let's just write this one. I just need to write in this way within a double quotes. I just want to find though, I just want to remove these kind of stuffs, these kind of stuff. How do I write in this way? There's a meaning of star symbol, someone is writing something. Substitution, you can say substitution as a substitution basically means a replacing method. Yes, in this way 9 and then a, I'll just write 9 and then a, then a in this way, a to z. I can just write simpler way. I can do in this way and it will return a text. So these are the parameter it requires. these are the symbols. I'll explain. These are symbol. What are those symbols as well, right? Star. This is the meaning of this. The cap is basically wherever it will start. The start from, right? A to Z. This is kind of a pattern. So this is nothing but this is a pattern. This is a pattern we passed into our regex, and we are saying, okay, if you find something related this, again, this is a pattern we have specified, and we are saying if you find something related this, just replace those values to the normal space, sorry, to the empty space, right? If you find something related this, just remove those and put their own, put this one only, the normal, right? On to the next, onto the text, sorry. So we have made a function, clean. Now let's just try to apply df, or not df, just tick this one, resume, and apply it on. Let's just try to check on the 0. This is my first data frame, or the first text or first string. Just apply this one only at the first time. Go there, clean, and I'm going to pass this one. Let's just check. Yes, it is working. Yes, it is working, right? But okay, but we don't have any space. That means we have need to pass a space here. It is working. Now it is working this way, but it is not working with the star symbol. No worry about it, right? It haven't replaced the star symbol. We are get to know, okay? So see, backslash and backslash r, everything has been removed now. Everything has been removed now. So now let's just try it to the whole data frame. To the whole data frame. Go there. Dot up. We know that how to apply a function onto a data frame. Dot apply with the help of lambda x dot clean. This is my function, and just put the x here. See, everything has been clean now, and save it into a one single data frame or column name. Just put there. This is my new column name. This is, clean data new something. If I just do this df dot head, it is printing. So see, so this is a new column name we have specified. The meaning of this line is to basically, this is the clean data new. I have made it a new column name. So data, clean data new, I have created, and everything is being cleared now. So see, previously we have a backslash and backslash r. Now we don't have, but we have a backslash as well, the star symbol as well. Let's just remove that thing as well. Go there, write a resume, df dot resume dot apply is a method, and how do we do that? With the help of lambda, just try to replace the values of star is to normal space, right? And go there, pick this one, and go there. It will be work in this way. It will be work in this way for sure. Just remove the column name, new one. What it is showing me, replace is not different. I have, okay, x dot, the parameter is x dot replace, not this one only. Yes, it is working. You see, now I have a clean data which don't have any unclean. We have removed everything which is not relevant, right? Data frame. So there are some parameter haven't removed. See, these are the things we haven't removed. So there are some different parameters. We have to remove these kind of patterns. Okay. So our task is to basically not to clean the whole data. So we have seen how to clean the data, right? We have imported a one single file into Python, and after that we have cleaned some of the patterns. The main purpose of is to basically to show you how to replace some values to the one single string and to the whole data frame as well, with the help of apply and then lambda, right? Pretty much simple it is. So these are the benefits of making to working with a data frame. So this is a data frame, right? On the data frame I'm applying these are the things. This is the benefit of data frames, right? Pretty much simple till now. Okay, hope everyone gets clear till now what we have covered so far today. Anyone has any kind of a doubt, you can ask, guys, if you have, related to this which we have covered so far, or related to data frame, anything which we have done, right? We can do anything, category symbol as well. We can do anything, right? I'm just doing this one category column. We are doing in this way. I just want to split. There split is a method also. Split is a different, it's a method for series, not this one. It will not work in this way. Okay. Hope everyone gets clear till now. Hope everyone gets clear till now. And anyone has anyone kind of a question till now? Okay. Okay, let's just check. Okay, someone asking about the difference between list and a numpy array. Okay, the difference between is basically array can store a one same data type. Array can be store a same data type, whereas list can be store a multiple data types. We know that we have a multiple data types, string, integer, these are the stuffs. So array can be stored a same elements or same data type together in itself, whereas list can be stored a multiple data types. Can be replace multiple elements, replace method at a time. Replace method, yes, we can do that thing as well. Yes, with the replace method we can do that. Yes. Hope everyone gets clear till now. Okay. Anything else you can ask me, guys, right? Hope everyone gets clear till now. We don't have any query till now, right? If you have, you can ask, right? We have covered a lot of stuff today. What exactly the libraries are, how to use libraries, right? How to basically how file handling works in a real life scenarios as well, right? Any type of a library or any type of data we can in this way, right? And we can apply, I can work like this in this way. Anything, right? Anything, guys? You have to ask for me. You can ask if you have. So basically, quizzes will be get reached to you on your WhatsApp group. For sure, each and every person has a WhatsApp group really like connected with a WhatsApp group, and you will get a quiz for sure. Okay, I guess no questions till now. We have clear till now. The audience are very good. They have understand clearly, right? Yes, we can do that thing as well. If I want to apply a replace method to the specific raw, yes, we can do that with the help of ilog method. We have a methods of ilog, right? Ilog, and without ilog as well, we can do that thing as well. Yes. That means we need to check replace is a method of a string only. If you pass a string, whether it comes from ilog method, whether it comes from a function, whether it comes from a list, wherever it will find a list, it will be work. Otherwise, it will not work. It will throw an error, right? In this way. Not exactly feature engineering. We will discuss some of the part of feature engineering as well whenever we are going to start whenever we will start the project discussion. At that time we will do some feature engineering stuff as well. Yes, for sure. Okay, guys, if you don't have any kind of questions, so we can wind up for today's session. So let's just meet tomorrow for the same time. So meanwhile, take care yourself. We'll meet tomorrow, right, for the new session, for the new topics. And meanwhile, just practice. Python requires a practice a lot. Yes, these are the PCA, LDA. These are the these comes under into feature engineering and machine learning part. PCA, LDA, these kind of stuff. These are the stuff we will discuss for sure. Okay, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.